Hey guys, so we're going to do some reviewing this week because we're going to have a test next Monday. So this week we're going to spend reviewing for math. So we're going to start out with what we did the first day of our math lesson. So that was place value relationships. And that's when we talked about 10 times a number and 1/10 of a number and just comparing different place values. So I'm going to go over a few problems with you guys. Some of these problems I'm going to encourage you to pause the video and do them yourself. And then I'm going to put some problems at the end that I want you guys to do and take a picture of to insert into your Nearpod Google Slides. So let's start out with 200 is blank times, so how many times? As much as 2. So 200 is how many more times as much as 2. So basically we're going to do 2 times what would equal 200. If I did 2 times 10, that would give me 20. So I know it's not that one. If I did 2 times 100, that would give me 200. So I know that it is 100. So 200 is 100 times as much as 2. Okay? All right, so let's do another one. Let's try to find one with 1/10. Sorry, let me find an example problem. All right, so our next one we're going to go over is 90 is 1/10 of what number? Now, this doesn't mean that we're going to take 90 divided by 10 just because we see that 1/10. That is not correct. We are going to think about this logically. So 90 is 1/10 of what number? If I did 90 divided by 10, that would mean that 90 is 1/10 of 9, and that's just not true. So you really have to look at the wording of this. If it was rewritten as 1/10 of 90 equals what? That would mean that you would do 90 divided by 10. But it is not. It is, what is 90 is 1/10 of what number? So to find that, we would do 90 times 10. And that would give us what? So a trick I showed you guys. So we underline our digits that aren't zeros. So 9 times 1 gives me 9. And then I add how many zeros I have. I have 1 here and 1 here. So that would give me 2 zeros. So 90 is 1/10 of 900. And that makes sense, right? Because if I did 900 divided by 10, that would give me 90. So 90 is 1/10 of 900. All right. I'm going to give you a problem now, and I want you guys to try to figure it out. So I'm going to give you the problem. I want you to pause the video, try to find it, figure it out, and then keep watching to see me go over it. So let's see. 800 is 10 times as much as, sorry, I ran out of room, of what number? So 800 is 10 times as much as what number? So go ahead and pause the video now. Try to find this out, and then when you're finished, you can unpause the video. So 800 is 10 times as much as what? So does this mean that I do 800 times 10 just because I see 10 times? No, you have to look at the question. So 800 is 10 times as much as is what number? So in this one, we're going to do 800 divided by 10, or 1/10, right? And that is going to give me 80. And that would make sense because 800 is 10 times as much as 80, right? I can check myself up here. 80 times 10 would give me 800. So it's important that you guys double check yourself just to make sure you got the right answer. Okay. Now I want to go over filling out this chart because this can get kind of confusing. So I know you guys saw these charts. So we've got, I'm going to put hashtag, or this is a number symbol. So I've got my numbers going to go there. I've got my 10 times here, and then my 1/10 of here. So my number here is going to be 100, then I'm going to have 7,000, and I'm going to have 80. So I want you guys to pause the video here and try to figure this out on your own, and then when you're finished, unpause it and keep watching to see me go over it. All right, so right here we have number 100. So we're going to focus on this line right now. So the number 100, we want to figure out 10 times much as 100 is going to go here. So all I got to do, I can come down here, 100 times 10. I can underline my digits so aren't zeros. 1 times 1 equals 1. And I've got 1, 2, 3 zeros. 3. So 10 times much as 100 is 1,000. 1/10 of 100 is 10, right? That would be, hold on, let me get my eraser. That would be 100 divided by 10, and that gives you 10. Then we've got 7,000. So we want to figure out 10 times as much as 7,000. Remember, we can underline our digits that aren't zeros. 7 times 1 gives me 7. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 2, 3, 4. Count backwards to 3. Put my comma there. So 10 times 7,000 would give me 70,000. And then I've got 1/10 of 7,000. So that is the same as 7,000 divided by 10. So we would do, another trick I can tell you is we can underline our digits that aren't zeros. Do 7 divided by 1, which gives you 7. And then we've got 1 0 over here, what we divided by. And so you can just take off a 0 here. That will give you 700. Okay. Next one, we've got 80. So 80 times 10 would give you 800. 80 divided by 10 would give you 8. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about place value. So if I have a number, like this, if I have 5,165,874, and it wants to know the value of the underlined digit. So if you get a problem that says, what is the value of the underlined digit? So we're going to look at the digit itself. So we know the digit itself is 6. What place value is that 6 in? The place value that the 6 in is the 10,000s place. So that would be, the value of this digit would be 60,000. It would not be 10,000. And it would not be 6. It would be 60,000. That's the value of my underlined digit. So let's do one more of those. Let's see. Let's do 7,270. So what's the value of this underlined digit? We know that's a 2, but what place value is it in? It's in the hundreds place. So that would be 200 would be the value of the underlined digit would be 200. Okay, so that is it for place value and place value relationships. Just remember on the place value relationships to make sure you're reading what it wants and to check yourself as well. So thank you, and you'll have a good